What's up, guys? I'm gonna be showing you the main setup that Nifsky did for max out Blazit. This is pretty much what you're going for, although I'm gonna be showing a backup and in fact a way to do it for with UFA. So that'll be max out Blazit, like no more frames at all. This is without UFA, and this is what Nifsky did because for Blazit the way we measure it is without UFA because we didn't really think it'd get to this level, but of course, it's Mario Bros. So, but yeah, so this is the setup without UFA. We're gonna be starting with that since that's what Nifsky did. The right release is a frame before you release A. It's a slight misalignment. The left press is pretty much like it's almost as late as possible. It's at the wall. It's not quite as late as possible though, since you can do it a frame later, although that doesn't line up as well, at least for this case. And if you do it 2 frames later, it just doesn't even clip in. So frame perfect left press. A presses don't matter. You can do them as 1 framers, but you're not gonna do that realistically. But just make sure you do them on the right frames. Right press is frame perfect as well. Frame later, it's just slower. Frame earlier, not enough X spots. So we'll just go through the level here. Frame perfect A release. Now technically not actually frame perfect. If you look here, I released a frame earlier. Then what happened? Then it still works. But what I'm going to show you is I'll make it like this again. If I go here, frame earlier, it doesn't actually work. And if I do it like the other way, it does actually work. So there is a bit of a, it's not really like, there's no leeway because it's frame perfect to get that leeway. So it is a frame perfect A release. Just pointing that out there. Unless you jump on frame 59 by accident, then good for you. The task entry is it's what you expect. Frame perfect right to L, and then it's not really a frame perfect left to down. Like look the inputs. You can do some dumb stuff like that. You can just do it normally. Like the amount of left doesn't matter as long as you do the R to L and the down press correctly. Now that's it. That's literally it. That's what Nifsky did. That's the setup that Nifsky did. Now I'm gonna be showing you the fails that could happen. So if you do right off 1 frame too much, you're gonna get F7. If you do it 1 frame too less, you get 1-9. Now I'm gonna be showing you something. So if you notice the other one, I didn't show it. I didn't actually say it exactly, but the other one was 9CO. This is A10. The reason this is bad is because you are just too far to the right. It's very precise positioning that you want here. Now you could in theory do like some D plus R, but it's just better to not do anything after the Blazit, like make it as simple as possible, just like in this case. And speaking of which, this is where the backup comes in. So no, I did say that you can do the left press a frame later, which you can actually like make work. So in subspeed, the way to increase kind of like think of the subspeed as like a number line. If you press right, you'll move to the right, obviously in the number line, and if you press left, you move to the left. So this left this left and this right kind of cancel each other out. Now, obviously, this left is gonna make your speed go down. This right is just you're already at running speed, so it doesn't do anything. But if you still remove them, it does it's really similar. It's just you're kind of 1 frame farther to the right. Well, not 1 frame, 1 subpixel, and that's enough to make it not work. But there is a different way to do it. What you can do is you can use 2 subpixels, like you can do it here for example, and it still doesn't work. If you do these task inputs, if you do these task inputs, task entry, I'm sorry, I'm bad at speaking, but so the way to actually get it to work is you do the left press a frame later, and then you go and it actually works. It's as simple as that. Just one left makes a difference, one input. Now, obviously, you can do it like this. So it's pretty much just you want to get the perfect R nothing L instead of R to L, and then still a frame perfect down press. And then here, and about this, my task doesn't really line up well. I think I could go down back here, and I can kind of demonstrate it. That's too late, and so like there, for example, you can do it there, and it still works. So yeah, that's the backup. That's the main backup, and there could be another backup like lying in there. Well, obviously you can't do the same process again because it's a too late of a live press, so it doesn't really do much. And I should actually address something. If I do press left or frame another frame earlier, it's just 130. You don't even get enough X bars, so that's kind of out of the question too. So yeah, that's pretty much for 4D without UFA. That's it. That's all you need to know. But for 4E, if you're really trying to get a perfect one, and if you're trying to splice lighting for 2, then this is kind of what you want to do. I'll open it real quick. Spoilers. But we go to the start because we have a UFA to talk about. And here it's just a simple UFA, although you want to do a one framer for the A press because it kind of just lines up the sub speed a lot better. If you do a full jump, I've looked into this before. It doesn't line up as well. Like it's either like it's just gonna be an obscure right press or right release. It's gonna be very specific and not really a nice cue. But here, the cue is very nice. It's the same as the A press. It's perfectly aligned. Even if you do it like this, because you know, I mean, no shit, that's not gonna change anything because it's just jump height. And the left press, instead of being a frame earlier than being as late as possible, it's as late as possible. I'll show it right here. Can't doesn't rank. Now, I mean, obviously, frame perfect A presses, frame perfect right press, same shit. It's the same. It's actually surprisingly similar, just different right release, different left press. And here, notice how it was 9CO, and yeah, it still works. It still works here. 9CO, same task entry as well. You know, just the RTL and the frame perfect down press, because the sub speed habits line up. Because obviously, I mean, if I change the sub speed, like do that for example, it doesn't work. But here, it does happen to like line up. So pretty nice. Now, there's no known backups for this, I think. I mean, I could try something real quick. 9BO. So, we saw earlier that 9BO, to do that, we have to do this type of entry. This is on the spot, by the way, I'm not even capping. And so, well, sadly, yeah, it doesn't really line up. If I release right for a frame, still doesn't line up. For another frame, still doesn't line up. Still doesn't line up. 4 frame, yeah, that's not really a good backup. If you have to release 4 frames in the air, it's not really a backup. It's more just like, I guess it's a backup, but yeah, you might as well just like reset because it's a very, you know, it's very specific. It's not worth trying. You don't want to waste your time for that. And if you do end up getting it, then oh, GG, man. But yeah, there's pretty much there's no actual backup for 4E, but I do think this might actually even be easier, like the actual Blazit itself, because very nice alignments. You know, aligned with the A press, left press is as late as possible, and everything else is the same. I mean, I guess the one framer UFA is a caveat, but it's a bit of a, it's not really that hard because if you're able to do UFA, I think you have the sales get to do a one framer as well. It's just speculation though. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, obviously it's really specific and it's honestly stupidly hard. For me, it's a lot harder than Lightning. For Nifsky, it could be easier because he got it so quickly. I recommend you try it. Well, maybe not the 4E one, but because that includes UFA, which a lot of people just can't even do. But this, honestly, you should. I think I could see some people try getting this. So I definitely recommend at least trying it because it may be useless, but it's definitely very cool. Which, what even is speedrunning anyway? You know, it's kind of the same category of useless but cool. So might as well try it. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Peace. Shouts to Nipsey again. It's crazy how he's that good at the game. And yeah, peace.